everyone, welcome in. I'm gonna jump in quick today to do a tutorial on eyeshadows. I had a question from one of my followers on Pinterest, and she said that, excuse me, she is just starting to learn about applying makeup. And her question was, why do you layer one color over another? Aren't you just covering up the first color? You don't even see it when you're finished. And so I replied to her and said, actually, you do still see the first color, even though you're layering, because I don't put the second color all the way over the first color. So I'm going to try and show an example of that today. And I told her that I would do this tutorial. So hopefully if she's watching, Tam, this will make some sense. So I'm going to start with the liquid shadow in the color Businesslike. This is a really neutral, flat, kind of a matte pink color. And I know we don't usually think of pink as being a neutral, but when you think about your skin tone, especially for somebody like me who has a pink undertone, this ends up being a very neutral color. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. So I'm just going to put on a coat of this. Then I'm going to take a nice big fluffy brush and I'm going to blend that in really well. Okay, now I'm going to put for my second color Eau Verte, which is a matte brown shade, but I'm only going to put this in the outer corner of my eye. So I'm not going to be covering up all of that. Looks like I got a little too close in there. Fix that a little bit. I'm not going to be covering up all of the pink that I've got on. I'm only going to be putting the Eau Verte out here on the edge. And yes, it is going to cover up a little bit of that pink, but not all of it. Now I'm going to use another fluffy brush and I'm going to blend that in on this outer edge. But, and I know that looks incredibly dark right now, it really is not going to be that intense when I am all finished. If you look really closely, the pink, the Businesslike, is still on this inside corner. I only have the Eau Verte on the outside. So there is a subtle blending of the two colors, but on the inner corner, you're only going to see the pink. And on the outer corner, it's much more brown. So let me show you on this eye. I'm only going to put the Eau Verte on, and I'm only going to put it on the outer corner just like I did on that side. Okay, like that. And now I'm going to blend. And there, I think you can see a little bit clearer that I'm not going all the way in. So on the inner part of my eye, there's no shadow at all right now, if you can see that. Now, sometimes when I add a third color, sometimes I like to add, for example, this color, which is from a couple of summers ago, and it's actually a gold. I'm going to pop that right here on the inner corner of my eye. And again, I'm not covering up the pink all the way. You're still going to be able to see some of it. And I'm going to go back and just touch that up a little bit, blend that in. Don't worry, I will go back and add the pink over here so that you can see it. I'm going to add the pink right in there so you will be able, I won't have a bare spot there. There we go. Okay. I need to do a little bit more blending here so this fades out just a little bit better. There we go. Now, it may be a little hard to see on camera, but when I'm looking in my mirror, I can definitely see that there's gold here, and then it bleeds into pink, and then it bleeds into the brown on the outer edge. Let me go ahead, and I've got proper eyeliner, the chocolate pencil, this shade, underneath my lashes. Let me go ahead and add some Epic mascara so you can see the final look. because I know on camera that eyeshadow appears really, really dark. In person, it does not look that dark. Now on the Twisted Epic, it has two brushes. Check this out. This is the tiny, tiny brush where you unscrew above the silver tab, and then if you unscrew below it, you get your regular brush. One of the reasons that I love this mascara, and especially up close in my mirror, I can really see the 3 different colors. And you do want to be sure and blend between those colors, because you don't want to see, you know, like a big gold, pink, brown, you know, you don't want to see big chunky lines in between. You do want the colors to sort of bleed together. But yes, it does make a difference versus just one color all over. All right, let me add the rest of this. And as you can see, I already have the rest of my makeup done, except for my lipstick, which I'll add here in just a minute. So hopefully that helps. Usually that first layer of eyeshadow is called the transition color. That's kind of your base color that you start out with, and then you add the other colors to it. And yes, you are going to get a slightly different color when those 2 colors overlap. It's just like, you know, remember from art class in primary school, if you add red and yellow, you get orange. Yes, you are going to get a slightly different color where those overlap, because you're going to have 2 colors blended together. But that's totally okay, because I love the pink and brown together. It makes a totally new shade, but I think it's great. There we go. All right. So there's our look for the day. Now let me grab one of my matte lipsticks, and this one is in the color Moneyed, which is a nice neutral. Sort of a neutral brown shade. And I'm gonna add a little bit of setting spray for my whole look. And there you have it. There is my final look. So I hope that explains things. If you have any more questions, please be sure and drop them in the comments down below, and I'll be glad to answer. Thanks a lot for joining me. Bye-bye.